Hi guys, Tish here from Black Sheep Finance. I hope you've had an awesome day and you're having a great night tonight. So I just thought I'd post this quick video. Got this question in from Lisa in Mount Isa. How do you know what is a good business to own? What are the first couple of steps you should be doing to find out how to buy a business? So Lisa, feel free to chime in or post questions below so I can give you some more specific answers. So for those of you that don't know, I also own 3 dry cleaning businesses, part of a franchise network, Culture Hardy. So I guess addressing the first question, what's a good business to own? One that makes money, preferably. Sadly, the majority of businesses, small businesses, don't make money, and the statistics of people failing and going out of business is so ridiculously high. And that's, I think, because a lot of people don't understand. Drop my phone. Okay, let's try again. A lot of people don't understand, I guess, what's involved in operating a business. Like, it's really, really hard and it's time consuming. A lot of people leave the corporate world because they want freedom, they want to work for themselves, and then they actually end up working twice as many hours, and that's kind of the life of a business owner or entrepreneur. You're working 80 hours a week for half the money you were when you were actually working. So, in short, if you want to go into business, choose something you're passionate about, because if you do something just because it's a good business or because you make money, you're not going to stick through the hard times. Like business, and it's all like this, is up and down, up and down. So unless you really, really love what you do, you're not going to stick it out, and after a couple of years, you're going to quit because you just didn't realize it was going to be that hard. So types of business, traditionally franchise models aren't good businesses to own, because having a franchise is basically buying yourself a job. They don't make enough money, except for like the larger ones. Obviously, Macca's makes money, but you've got to have a lot of money to buy a Macca's. So franchise, I'd probably advise to go away from. The reason why I bought into a franchise system was because of the business model. So I don't know anything about dry cleaning. I'm not passionate about dry cleaning. The only reason I picked that business is because I wanted to learn more about business. So for me, it was a learning exercise. I already did the finance broking, so I had that to support myself. And I wanted to learn more about, I guess, a bricks and mortar retail type business. And I've learnt a lot, like substantially a lot. So the business model suited me because all I had to do was serve customers. All the cleaning's done off site by the franchisor. So all we have to do is basically be in the store and serve customers. So the business model allowed for scale to grow the business and then put staff in, so currently all my businesses are fully or almost fully staffed. So the business model appealed to me, that's why I bought it. And the type of business that appeals to you is going to be different that appeals to everyone. I personally wouldn't touch a restaurant or a cafe or a bar because it's all very heavy reliant upon reviews, and hospitality I just think has too many risks. But hey, some people just dream of having a cafe and a small bar, and that's their kind of thing. But you've got to love it, you've got to be passionate about it. If you're wanting to get into business just for the sake of getting business, then I'd probably advise buy an existing business. An existing business generally is always going to start with profit. Now, the benefits of buying an existing business is most accountants advise people to reduce tax, so therefore they reduce all the income. So you can actually get businesses really cheap because they've been run from a tax perspective, not an income perspective. So that person might be taking cash out the till and might actually be making 80 grand, but on paper they're only making 50 grand. So you only have to buy the business for a multiple of that 50 grand. There's businesses for sale on Gumtree, Real Commercial, all those sort of sites. You can pick them up really cheap because people that want to get out, for a lot of reasons, for health reasons, or just they're sick of it, they are desperate, and it's really hard to sell a business in terms of the time frame. It's not as liquid as property. So a lot of the time you can get a business for nothing, just like $1 for the sake of the transaction, because you're helping them move on. as in a lot of businesses, especially retail ones, they're tied into a lease and they have to keep paying that lease. So I had an opportunity to, there's a small tea business called Teasel in James Place, I think. That guy started it. He spent like $100,000 on the fit out. He didn't really have the time to put into it. He wasn't making any money yet. I think I offered him maybe $5,000. He wasn't too keen because obviously he wanted more, but the business wasn't making any money. Yes, he spent $100,000 on the fit out, but I don't care. He ended up closing his doors and having to break his lease. I'm not sure how much he ended up having to pay, but you can do arrangements with people like that. If you find someone else's business and they want to get out for whatever reason, just make ridiculous offers. But whatever you're thinking about buying, there's heaps of legal ramifications, so make sure you have someone look over the contracts. Lisa, whatever you're looking at, I'm happy to help you out, so just send me a PM if you're seriously looking into this. One thing that's really, really important if you're ever considering going into business is getting all your finances in order first, because as soon as you are a business owner and you have financials and don't quit your job is preferable, you should be able to support yourself, because normally you're not going to make any money from business in the first 2 to 3 years. Depends on the business model and obviously the type of business. So it's important to have yourself set up financially, and you won't be able to borrow for like a good 5 years. If you don't make any money in your first 2 to 3, then you start to gradually make money. You aren't going to be able to have enough income or the suitable financials to be able to borrow any money. So it's going to absolutely kill you. That's what happened to me, so that's one of the reasons why I hadn't bought property in a long time, because I became self-employed and started in business, and I just didn't have the financials to be able to, even though you make money, on paper, you don't really make money because your accountant reduces your tax. So it's important to understand the ramifications of that. A lot of sole traders, it doesn't have to be business, people, whether they're electricians or whatever, they start on their own because they think they can make more money, and then find out, well, you can't borrow. So it's really important to set up your finances and know exactly what you are going to do in the next 5 years before you jump into anything. So steps to how to buy a business. It's a very general question with a very complicated answer. It depends so much on the type of business and what you're buying. I would probably recommend you start reading some books and just watching videos about business. Most of the time, business isn't actually about the type of business, as in me being an owner of a dry cleaning kind of has nothing to do with dry cleaning. It's actually all about staff management, about marketing and sales. It's about the other stuff. So if that stuff doesn't interest you, unfortunately, that's the stuff that you have to do when you're in business. I'd recommend The E-Myth to read, and Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad I read when I was 17 and absolutely changed my life. It's probably not as relevant now, but I read it when I was 17 and it just completely changed what I wanted to do. So I recommend you read those books and check out Bryn, which is an app. It's a virtual app that has heaps and heaps of business videos. And when you're watching these videos, whatever you kind of are attracted to, because there's hundreds and thousands of videos about every single topic to do with business. Whatever you find yourself gravitating to, those type of videos is kind of what type of business you should lean towards. So, happy to help out further. Just let me know if I can be more specific. If you've got any other questions, just post them below or PM me. Alright, thanks guys. Have a good night.